Ah, jeez. Alright, welcome to part 11 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. And if in case you're wondering why I'm not really looking forward to this already, is because this is my second take on this part. Because when I did the commentary for this, what happened is that the Audacity file fucked up, and now I have to redo the commentary all over again. Fuck me. I hate technical issues so much. They just want to ruin your day, doesn't it? Oh well. Maybe it'll give me a better opportunity to talk about things that I couldn't talk about before. Whatever. I'll try to be as optimistic as I can. And although I am doing the most boring level in the game, Planet Orxon, again. Fuck me, am I right? Okay, so with that being said, we are now on Planet Orxon, and where, if you look at all the green, that means this planet is highly polluted, and the reason why, and because of the pollution, Ratchet can't breathe on this planet, and we have to wait until we get the O2 mask. So as it stands right now, this is pretty much a Clank only level. And because of the fact this is a Clank only level, this goes into the reason why I think Planet Orxon itself isn't really all that fun of a level when you really boil it down. Because in this stage we have, well, I mean, in terms of the aesthetics, I really do like how it looks, and the music definitely gives a more somber tone to it all. This is pretty much the remains of a ruined planet that we have here. So that means, and we're pretty much like excavating on what's left, which is actually kind of reminds me of that Pixar movie, the WALL-E, which I didn't really like all that much because the main character just didn't really talk, and I don't know, I just didn't really like that. I think it's better when you have your main character talk in a game and whatnot. I mean, there are some exceptions, I think, in movies anyway, but I don't know, it's just that I kind of wish that the robot WALL-E, I think, I wish the characters at least talked a bit more other than the humans. But anywho, since we are controlling Clank for the second time, and the last time that we're going to be controlling Clank in this game, I might as well get into his basics right now. I mean, I guess I kind of talked about him when we were in the Blarg Tactical Research Station, but I might as well talk about him a bit more and go into more detail. So in case if you have, so for those that have reviewed this game, they already compared this gameplay style to Pikmin, where you can command your little buddies to do whatever you want, whether it's following, waiting, entering areas, or attacking enemies. It's pretty much the same idea, despite the fact that I never really played Pikmin to begin with. You hold down the instead of holding down the triangle button for your weapons, you hold down the triangle button to initiate one of 4 commands, and the waiting function, the following function, the enter function, and the attack function. I already mentioned those, but I might as well talk about it in detail. You'll know which command and that the robots are doing based on their antennas. And so if it's red, it's attack, blue, enter, yellow, wait, and green, follow. In terms of all the commands that you're going to be using, the one that you're going to be using the most is obviously going to be the following function, because you have to have your robots follow you. You have to have your robots follow you just to make sure you can progress through the level. Well, everything else, like the attack function I'm doing right now, that's more situational. Although in terms of the more situational ones, let's see, the attacking and enter is definitely going to be the more used, with attacking I think being slightly more useful, considering how there's going to be big enemies blocking your path, and enemies that are so big in fact that you can't really attack them on your own. So you have no choice is but to use the attack function to, well, kill the enemy and open the pathway. The entering function is also pretty self-explanatory too, as in where you have to use the enter function to have your robots enter a little area or a little housing area in which it'll open doors for you. And that was pretty dumb of me that I hit the TNT box like that. Thankfully though, well, your robots do respawn. You do have to find them again, but in a case like this, you can easily just get them back. And thankfully, your command, you also have whatever commands you push, it also has a good range, so you can pretty much command your robots from a distance. Therefore, you don't have to waste a lot of time on just simply walking to your robots, touching them or whatever you have to do just to compare it to another game. I don't know which game to compare it to, but I'm already wiped out at this point. Like, this is like my second take and I'm already a bit wiped out because I have to redo this. But the show must go on, I suppose. Gotta make a second take. Now, in terms of Clank's gameplay style, well, just for my overall opinion of it, I don't think it's terrible per se. Yeah, like, for one thing, it's at least functional. Well, it's definitely different from the whole, from the main gameplay where you're platforming and shooting shit up and all that. So it is different and it definitely brings more variety. But when it comes to gameplay variety, like, this is different for the sake of being different. And in a lot of cases, that's obviously not a good thing. And because, yes, you're doing something different, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like, that can honestly be a detriment into the game overall. It's one of the problems that Sonic seems to suffer with it as his games went on. Like, not even like Adventure 1, Adventure 2, Heroes, 06, Unleashed, Secret Rings, Black Knight, and a few spin-off games as well, where it's different to what Sonic is, and it's like, okay, I guess. And in cases like this, where I'll compare it to the Werehog, where it's not terrible per se, but it just could have been a little better. Like, it could have been a bit more fleshed out. Yo, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah. It just could have been I mean, Ratchet and Clank 2 definitely brings these back, but you have more robots to use, like a bridge robot, or a heavy lifting bot, or I forget what the other one was. And even in the remake, where there's more robots, other than just simply commanding your robots of what to do, like those 4 commands I mentioned earlier. But you also have robots that will be used as bridges, batteries, and trampolines. So, I can at least appreciate the remake for doing that. And whatnot. And, whew. Again, Clank's gameplay as a whole, it's not really that terrible. Again, it's not terrible, but it just could have been better. And it's, in all honesty, it's just different for the sake of being different, and in a lot of cases that definitely can't be a good thing. On the bright side though, at least we get a new power-up. Because of how science works, that should have fried him. Like, Clank should have been fried, like a poorly functioning defibrillator. But of course, since we got the magnet boots, we can walk on these. We can walk on areas where we can use them on, just as Ratchet, because we obviously can't really use the magnet boots as Clank because our feet are too small. But since we got the magnet boots, we are still not done with this level, and considering that this part is 18 minutes long, yes, we can see why. So we have to go through this area where bombs are being thrown on the ground, and we have to avoid getting, well, hit by the bombs as well as our robots, because if the robots get hit, then, well, then let's just say that they get respawned back to the area where they came from, meaning that we have to backtrack to that said area where they've been, well, spawned in the first place. So, in an area like this where we have to go through this small field where the bombs are being thrown, our little drone device, our little drone guy, he touched the TNT crate. Hey, that's obviously not a good sign. Thankfully though he didn't get blown up in the process too. That would have been bad. And then we make our way over here, hoping that no robot gets blown up. I use the waiting function here just to make sure I'm not missing. They stay there, and this way I check out the rest of the field just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Thankfully I didn't, but I still take out this TNT box just to make sure my robot buddies don't get blown up too. And which leads us into this area where we have to avoid these fireballs. The fireballs are, once you know their pattern or what path they're taking, it's really not that hard. Although if they do get hit, if the fireball does get hit, if the fireball hits the drones, then yes, it's a one-hit kill. It's not a one-hit kill to you, but it's a one-hit kill to them. So you're gonna have to be quick once they pass by. And thankfully they always follow the same path, so there's really no exact pattern to follow. So you think that it's gonna come one way and come the other way the second time, but nope. It's always gonna come the same way, which is nice. At least you know. It's definitely a pretty... It's not that hard of a segment once you get it all down. You have to guide your robots through this maze. Gotta be quick with these be quick with the fireballs and all, and we should be good. Should be good indeed. I am very scrounging up the bolts I need to get, and we just simply have to cross this narrow bridge. Yeah, Planet Orxon isn't all that exciting of a level because of this gameplay style. We are going to be coming back here because we're going to be getting the O2 mask later on. But right now, it's just not that fun of a level. We'll just sit through. So, I might as well just bring up a tangent. Just pad out the commentary. Just for the sake of my sanity. And the video glitched out on me there. So, Thanksgiving has obviously passed by, and and just for the question, how was your Thanksgiving, everybody? Was it good? Was it bad? Did the turkey get burned? Did you guys get a lot of leftovers and whatnot? Because I know I certainly did. Like, seriously, I have so many leftovers. Here's from Thanksgiving. It's not even funny. Like, well, we obviously have to throw out the turkey because that was going to go bad, but the ham is still pretty good. And there's also like leftover green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, corn, sweet potato pie, and desserts like cake, chocolate, or whatever, and all other sorts of goodies you can collect you can eat on Thanksgiving. Definitely saves me and my family the trouble of ordering out, at the very least. So I'm good with that. I'm very, very good with that. This way we're not wasting a lot of money on just simple leftovers. Other than that though, how much... So with that being said, how much leftovers did you guys get? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's had a lot of... that's had a lot of leftovers on Thanksgiving. It's gonna be... And I'm pretty sure I still have a ways left to go in terms of food. And I can only hope what's gonna happen on Christmas this year. So, like what I'm gonna get, well, I don't know what I want to get on Christmas anymore. Maybe some important stuff, but in terms of entertainment values, all these entertainment, I honestly don't know, per se. Maybe some of the newer titles coming out, like Watch Dogs 2. I very much enjoyed the first Watch Dogs on PlayStation 4, and I'm very certain, and I'm kind of excited what's going to happen with Watch Dogs 2. I am very certain that it's going to be a good game. And I think Watch Dogs is a very underrated title. There, I said it. Come at me, Internet. Come at me with all you got. Then again, coming at me with... I should have equipped my flame shield first. Hang on a minute. Then again, I'm not inserting that sound effect. That's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 flame shield sound effect. Ah, boy.
Better not let Ratchet see this one.
And yeah. Thanksgiving tangents aside, we are pretty much done with planet Orxon. Again, we are going to be coming back here when we get the O2 mask, considering that there's more to do on this planet other than just Clank's segment. Anywho, folks, enjoy the cutscenes.
Hey! You giving me these or not?
They are magnetic. I appear to be stuck to them.
Oh. What do you have in there?
Gears, metal filings, dust.
You know what I mean. What is it?
I will show you this, but you must promise to stay focused on our mission.
Is it something about Quark?
Cities are full of smog, swamps are full of muck, and tar pits are full of tar. But here at Joe I Resort, the sun shines 24 hours a day. Visitors get a free O2 mask to explore our warm waters. The benign marine life will welcome you to the big blue world under the sea. You can also use our complimentary flippers to partake in speed swimming. So come to Joe I Resort and leave your world and your troubles behind.
July Resort, Pokitaru.
I knew it.
Oh, come on. Switch off your nerd circuits and have some fun. Look, we'll go just long enough to pick up the O2 mask.
Perhaps the extra oxygen will help your brain to function properly.
Yeah, and maybe the salt water will rust your mouth shut.
And this is the point in the game story where you really want to say, you can suck a dick, dude. Because, again, Ratchet has a right to be mad, considering how Quark betrayed him back on planet Umbris. I get that. But this is a case where I feel where the writers just went a little too far on how Ratchet is pretty much pissed off at Clank. Again, we're going to be seeing more of that as this part of the game continues. Anywho, folks, that is pretty much it with part 11, and the next time we meet in part 12, we're going to be heading back to planet Battalia just to get a certain gadget, and we're going to be going to planet Pokitaru to get our, O2 mask. I'm GameMan5804. See you all then.